Today we will create a simple servlet using Eclipse. We have already installed Tomcat, and that is inside our C drive, and this is the Tomcat folder containing Tomcat files. Tomcat is a servlet container through which we can run servlets and JSPs. So I've installed this Tomcat server in C drive. So you see this Tomcat folder in C drive, and I have my Eclipse. It's a new installation, so everything is blank here. So how do we integrate this Eclipse with the Tomcat? So we can click on Window, Preferences, and then here in the left hand side we can see Server, Runtime Environments, and we can click on Add and select the server which we want to add. Like I have installed Tomcat 7, so we can click on Apache Tomcat here, 7 version, next, and then we have to show the installation directory of our Tomcat. So you can click on Browse and show the folder, the home directory where you have installed your Tomcat. So I had installed in C drive Tomcat, so I select this Tomcat folder and do OK, and we can finish. Okay, so now this Eclipse is integrated with the Tomcat, so we can start the server from here, we can deploy our projects from here. So in this example we'll see how to create a simple servlet from the scratch. So File, New, Dynamic Web Project. Project name may be anything. Test Servlet. Runtime environment. We have already configured the runtime environment, so we have selected Apache Tomcat. Leave the rest of the things as it is. Configuration also automatically it has selected default configuration for Apache Tomcat. Then next, this is the directory where all the Java files will go, that is the src directory, and classes directory is the output directory where your compile.class files will automatically go. Next, we can click on the generate web.xml deployment descriptor so that the web.xml will automatically be generated for us. Context root, the same project name. Web content is the directory where our JSP pages will go, and finish. Okay, now our project is ready. In the left hand side it shows of test servlet and Java resources. This is the this is containing the src directory where we will put our Java files, and web content is the directory where we will be having our JSP pages and static content. Here it has the web inf folder where we have the web.xml, that is the deployment descriptor. Okay, so let's create a simple servlet. So how do we create it? As servlet is a Java file, we can put that servlet in the src directory. So we can right click on the src and create a new servlet. New, right click, new, and we have servlet. Okay, so project is test servlet, source folder is the src directory. We can have any package we like we can create a package here, or else let's keep it blank. The class name is let's have testing super class. We don't need this thing, let it be. We are starting from the scratch. I don't want anything automated, so I remove this super class. Then next, the name is testing, initialization parameters, no need of putting anything here. URL mapping, so this is what you will type on the URL top when you want to execute this particular servlet. Like for example, you want to write /welcome, and that means you want this servlet to execute, so I modified the mapping to /welcome. Okay, so if you want to execute the testing servlet on the browser top, you will write like /welcome. Next, okay, default interface it is using javax.servlet.servlet interface to create the servlet, then finish. Okay, it has created the servlet for you, but we want to start from the beginning. Let's do one thing. Let's remove all these things and start from the beginning. Okay, so to create a servlet, we have to use some of these interfaces in this package. javax.servlet package has all these interfaces like the servlet interface, servlet config, servlet request, servlet response. We'll be using these interfaces while creating a servlet. So to create a servlet, we will have to implement the servlet interface. The servlet interface in the javax.servlet package, so we have to implement this interface. So when we wrote implement servlet, we immediately saw an error. So what is this error? Let's click on this, left click on it. So it says add unimplemented methods. Yes, when we implement any interface, we have to provide implementation of all the declarations present in that interface. So let's click on add unimplemented methods. Yeah, here we got it. Look at this. So when we implemented the servlet interface and we implemented the unimplemented methods, it shows the destroy method, get servlet config, get servlet info, init, service, all these methods. That means these methods are there in the servlet interface. Okay, so now look at this. Our servlet is ready, and the most important methods in a servlet are the init method, service method, the destroy method. So let's have some system.out.println within them, like syso control space. Let's put some system.out inside the init, service and destroy method. In the init we do system.out.println inside init. In the service we can do like inside service, and in the destroy let's do destroy. Okay, so our servlet is ready, but after creating a servlet you have to make its entry in the web.xml. So let's go to the web.xml. We have the design in the source. We can go to the source, and once you create a servlet, you need to make its entry in the web.xml. So we have the servlet block. Inside the servlet block we have the servlet name and the servlet class. Servlet name and the servlet class. Look at this. So inside the servlet name we can have anything, any name, but the class is the class file which we have created, that is the testing. No need of putting a dot class extension, simply testing, because it is the class name of our servlet, testing. Had it been in a package, then we could have written the package structure dot testing, but it is directly inside, so testing. And the name, the servlet name, anything, maybe ABC. And now for every servlet we should have a servlet mapping as well. Servlet mapping opening closing, and we can have the again the servlet name here and the URL pattern. So inside the servlet name, we can write the same ABC, and the URL pattern you can give /welcome. So means if you write /welcome on the browser, it will point to ABC. ABC means the testing servlet, and your servlet will execute. Save it. Let's try to run this program now. Everything is ready. So how do we run this project or deploy this project into our Tomcat? You can right click on the project, testing servlet, then run as, run on server, and then manually define a new server, Tomcat 7. Server host name is localhost because it's the same machine from where we are sending the request. So server name default, server runtime environment Apache Tomcat, then do next, and here test servlet is required and cannot be removed. Okay, so this shows that the servlet this project has been deployed into the server. Finish. Yeah, the server has started. You see server has started, and this is the project that has been deployed in the server, but it showed a 404 error because it tried to find the index.jsp. Now we have to write welcome because that was the URL pattern of our servlet. Enter. So http://localhost:8080. HTTP is the protocol, localhost is the IP address of the server, as it is the same machine from which we are sending the request. It's localhost. 8080 is the port number to which Tomcat listens to. Test servlet is the project name. Welcome is the URL pattern of the servlet. Okay, so what output we got? We got inside init, inside service. How did we get this? Because in the servlet we had given inside init and inside service inside the methods, and the inside destroy didn't come up. Like if we go to this browser and refresh it multiple times, see the service method is getting called. The init was called only once. The service method is getting called, and the destroy method will only get called when this servlet will be garbage collected. Means when another version of the servlet will be coming to the server will discard the earlier servlet object. In that case, the destroy method will get called. So as the service method is getting called for each consequent request, so whatever you want to do through a servlet, you better put it within the service method. Init method is the place where you will put the initialization code. In the init method, you should put the initialization code. The service method is the place where you should put what your servlet is going to do. Okay. Yes, thanks for watching this video.